What's up, everybody? James here, back with some more basketball thoughts. I think today I want to talk about this little meme that I got right here. And it's a pretty interesting one, you know? I just want to give you on some of my thoughts of what I think will happen if this never happened. First one is D Rose never got injured. If Derrick Rose never got injured, we'll be talking about him like we talk about Ja Morant today. An athletic point guard that could get up there, bang with anybody. Like, we got robbed not watching Derrick Rose get better and better. Because I guarantee you that dude would have developed a shot. Chicago would have, I don't think they would have won a title, but they would have been in the contending, like, they would have been contending for one, like, every year that he's there until they would have traded him away because of old age. Number two, Lakers. What if the Lakers got CP3 with Kobe? Dude, if they would have got that, if they would have got CP3 at the time Kobe Bryant was playing there, like, that would have been a dynasty. People don't realize how good Chris Paul is. Like, I know he's been choking lately and, like, what he's doing now, but he's old. But, you know, CP, like, 10 years ago, bro, he was an animal. He was an animal that just brung out the best of everybody. And you having Kobe Bryant playing next to him, another animal, dude, people would have been afraid to play against him. I think that Laker team would have been like the Miami team, just with Kobe. Somebody who's more like an assassin. What if KD stayed in OKC? Kevin Durant, you are lucky you left OKC. This is the weakest scenario out of them three, out of the nine. Like, if Kevin Durant would have stayed in Oklahoma, he would have had no titles right now. He'll probably be up there in scoring. Like, you know, I think he passed, I forgot, Dominique Wilkins. In scoring, he'll be a little higher because he would have shot the ball a lot more. But honestly, like, I hated on the move. But in reality, in retrospect, that was one of the best moves Kevin Durant could have ever made, was leaving OKC. Greg Oden, if he stayed healthy, I don't know. I think he just would have been a solid player in Portland. They probably would have made the playoffs a few more times. I remember Greg Oden in college. He was entertaining to watch, and I thought he was the next big thing. Shoot, he was even drafted ahead of KD. But I don't think he would have been like, he wouldn't have been Shaq level. He wouldn't have been Kareem Abdul-Jabbar level. He just would have been a really, really good big man. And he would have been exciting to watch. You know, it's a shame that his career got cut short, but it is what it is, man. I wish him the best. If Iverson would have won a ring, he'll be in the GOAT conversation. People will talk about him today. And in fact, it's sad because if Iverson would have won a ring, we probably would have seen him more in the media. I think the reason why he doesn't really do media appearances is because he just knows. He just knows that he fell short, and it's just not the same. But he definitely should have won a ring, man. He just played at the wrong time. I think if Iverson would have played in, like, the 2018, like, now, like, he'll have a good chance, you know? I think everybody in the NBA has a good chance to win, but he just played in an era with Shaq and Kobe. What can you do? Win an MVP. If Dwayne Wade won an MVP, I mean, he's already the number 3 shooting guard ever. I think even if he won an MVP, his ranking wouldn't be moved. Maybe overall, with every single NBA player ranking them, he might have went up 1 or 2 spots. But honestly, Dwayne Wade don't need no MVP because that dude is a beast anyways. Flash, man. His reputation is always going to be elite, especially in Miami. Now, this is a crazy one. If the Detroit Pistons would have drafted Carmelo Anthony, we would have won like 2 or 3 titles. Honestly. I don't know if we would have won that first one in 2004 with him, but I think 2005, 6, 7, when Melo started getting it together, he would have been a serious problem for Detroit. I mean, he would have been a serious problem with Detroit. Like, the Pistons fans got robbed. You know, we got Darko Milicic. You know, I know the scouting report said he was all that. I know he was a big man. I know at that time, that era of basketball, big man was still dominant everything. So I guess I get it in retrospect. But, no, screw that. We should have got Melo. I'm sorry, Melo. If you ever hear this, I'm sorry Detroit didn't draft you, man, because you could have been a multi-team champion. And you would have learned the game the right way with the best players, with some veteran players. If Michael Jordan would have played in 2001 or the 2000s, I don't know about this one, man, because if you're telling me if Jordan was just dropped down today and played it, I think he'll dominate. He's not soft. He'll do what he has to do. But I also think he'll have a problem, too. Like, if he got dropped into today's Chicago Bulls with the team they have currently, he wouldn't be nothing. He'll be like Devin Booker, just scoring, doing his thing. He wouldn't have been winning no title. Now, if he would have teamed up with, like, Giannis, or maybe even somebody like, I don't know, like a Boston, if he got put on that team with some supporting cast, then it'll be dangerous. He could probably be the best player on any type of team. But if you drop them today in Chicago with who they got or some other average team, trash. He wouldn't do nothing. He'll probably win MVP, though, easy. And now let's talk about LeBron. If he would have played in the 80s or the 90s, I think about this. LeBron would have dominated the 80s and the 90s. He's too strong. He makes the right passes. Like, people hate on LeBron because he's been good for so long. But let me ask you this, people who hate on him. You ever watch LeBron James play live? I don't think so. When he steps on the court, there's a certain presence that come with him. The way he sees everything, the way he moves the ball around. LeBron would have dominated the 80s. He would have dominated the 90s. There would have been some good players that would have got some buckets on him. But I guarantee you LeBron will be... I mean, he is a multi-team champion. He'll have even more championships if he played in other eras. But, this is all debatable. Some people might think this. Some people might think that. You never really know. But that's what I think about this current meme. But anyways, let's talk about some basketball stuff now. Just want to make some of my predictions for today's games. I was a little off yesterday. I got a couple winners, but mostly losers. Today is the Thunder and the Sixers. I'm going the Sixers. Brooklyn and Celtics. Now, I'll probably talk about that game tomorrow because I know it's going to be a dogfight. I'm leaning on Celtics only because Kevin Durant is hurt. And I know I said it's going to be a dogfight, but even though KD's not there, Kyrie, the Brooklyn Nets, they're going to try to win this game. And I think they're going to punch them right in the mouth and surprise the Celtics at how good they're going to play. Cleveland and Trailblazers. Cleveland, they lost the last game, so I know they'll bounce back. Hornets and Raptors, these are two average teams. It'll probably be a good game, but I'm going on the Hornets. I think Melo might drop 40. Bucks and Heat, that's going to be a dog battle. And even with the Celtics and Boston, Brooklyn, Bucks and Heat, that's probably like the Eastern Conference Finals right there if it all plays out right. But between the Bucks and the Heat, I'm going with Milwaukee. I know the Heat made some kind of record 40 for 40 on the free throws. I don't think that's going to happen again. And I think Milwaukee just don't like the Heat. I think they're going to dominate. And then the final game of the night, Dallas versus the Lakers. I'm rooting for the Lakers. LeBron, you need them wins, boy. You need them. But Luka's thinking the same thing. And honestly, I think it's going to be a dogfight. Let's see what happens. But I'm leaning on the Lakers. But watch Luka have like a 50-point triple-double, making every freaking shot he throws up. We'll see. But anyways, this is just some of my thoughts. Some of my, basketball thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, Do you guys think from that meme any players would have been better off? Just let me know your opinion. But anyways, y'all have a good one. Have a good night, good morning. Just a good one, wherever you're from. Peace.